Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Lounge. Today is Wednesday, July 11th, and this is Whiskey Wednesdays. I'm on vacation in the jungle next to almond bushes, getting this rich wood. Chilly day outside, you have a nice mug. Draw is a bit tight, but it's really pulling in a lot of flavor.
You're going to be able to travel to Orlando within an hour.
And they've got all these things where they can find out the information, but they want firsthand.
I came here in 1989 when I was 10 years old.
Had no idea about anything about the restaurant business.
Hello and welcome back to The Lounge. Today, another Wednesday, another Whiskey Wednesday tasting. You guys know the drill. We pick a cigar, we pick the whiskey, and then we give you our take on the pairing and what we think about that. So today we're going to be drinking the Widow Jane for the second week in a row, or the second iteration of Whiskey Wednesdays in a row. And then we have the 1926 series by Padron, the number 35. It's a nice short stick. Maduro packed with flavor. I think the boldness of this one is going to pair well with the boldness of the whiskey. So let's go and jump right into the cigar, review. Sight is the first step, and it's dark brown, kind of resembling like a nut, maybe coffee instead of nut. Very dark, oily, very matte-like, kind of like an old piece of bark that fell off a tree. Definitely resembling of like coffee grounds. A lot of Maduros look like this just because they're on the darker side of the cigars. Size-wise, it's small, robust, fits in my hand, box pressed. Very classic label, Padron, of course the quality control stamp. Overall, very pretty, elegant design, a dark chocolate bar. Overall, great sight. It gives me 10 out of 10 on that. Now let's jump into smell. Definitely a lot of spice on the nose. It makes me want to sneeze. Yeah, definitely lots of spice on the nose. Open aromatics, very open-like. Getting sweetness, flowers, a little grassy. Sweetness, like rose petals. By open aromatics, I mean like it smells like an open field with lots of bushes. Maybe so it's not an open field, but definitely lots of bushes. Colors, I'm getting a lot of those. And then, of course, you're always going to have that cedary smell as well because of the box that they're stored in. Pretty much does it for smell. Let's go ahead into taste. Going to give it the straight cut we usually give it. A little bit of spice on the tongue right as you first start puffing on it. Jam-packed with flavor, very bold. Really getting like a rich dirt. So the spice originally was very subtle. Now it's growing into it. I think this one is going to be one of those spicier ones. Lots of flavor though. It's like a rich dirt. That grassy, open taste is really coming out now as well. Just very spicy. Kind of tastes like wasabi, honestly. Colorful on the taste as well. Gonna go ahead and pour some of the Widow Jane now to get ready to taste that. So sight is kind of like a caramel color, nice clear brown. We've done the review on this already, so I won't get too in-depth into it, but it's aromatic, very fruity, full-bodied, with a slight sharpness to it as well. Lots of rich wood coming out now when it's paired with the Padron. All those notes, you're really getting out. Like it tastes like the oak barrel that it was made in. Really easy finish with the whiskey. Combination is very complementary, really meshing well together. The bourbon is really bringing out a lot of the wood notes. I know I said it already. The richness of the dirt that I said it tastes like is really coming out. Sharp notes of wooden barrels, oak barrels. By itself, the cigar was sweet, but very chalky and dirty. The bourbon itself, very full-bodied, but paired together, it meshes well because the chalkiness of the cigar melts into like a mud with the bourbon and just really combines to create sort of like a muddy, like a muddy pool of oak texture and scents and notes. Really good pairing together. Really good pairing overall. Not gonna say I didn't expect this, but I am surprised by the genuinely good combination that these two had together. Very pleasantly surprised. It exceeded my expectations is really what I'm trying to say. Gonna take one more sip, but really at the end of the day, this is a very exceptional pairing. I'm ready to rate it. The Widow Jane bourbon paired with the Padron 1926 Anniversary Series number 35. Straight from the lounge, Whiskey Wednesdays number 10, Padron, Widow Jane together gives us a grand total score of 9.0. Give it a 9.0. I think that definitely breaks the high score. The old one was an 8.9. And so, wow, new high score on the lounge. Exceptional pairing. I would honestly urge you guys to go out and try and find a bottle of the Widow Jane. I know they're not cheap. Only 25 barrels are made a year of the Widow Jane. Thanks, by the way, to @Scotch Society 305 for providing the Widow Jane bottle. And, thank you to Gables Cigars for providing the cigar that we smoke 3 times a week here on the lounge. So an 8.9, phenomenal pairing, really brought out a lot of notes of earth, wood, rich, sharp in each other. Together, they're very easygoing, smooth. The Padron was great construction, as you would expect from a Padron. Phenomenal, blend of whiskey by the Traveler, or not the Traveler, that's a cigar we did last year. Phenomenal blend of whiskey by the Widow Jane Company. So that pretty much does it for this episode of Whiskey and Cigars, Whiskey Wednesdays, every Wednesday. You know the drill. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the end of the episode. If you like what we had to say and you want to see more, either go ahead and follow us on Instagram, IGTV, if you're watching that on here. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, go ahead and hit that favorite button. It really helps a lot and encourages us to keep doing what we're doing. So my name's Javier Cobas, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Thoughtful Thursdays #1.